Thank you very much for being with us, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to officially welcome you here today on behalf of Venitas, also the Lord Mayor's Charitable Foundation and the 2010 Victorian Seniors Festival. I know it's going to be an exciting and most enjoyable morning for you, so thank you for making the effort to be with us today. And of course, in the vast confines of the town hall, we could have had a bigger crowd, but it's quality, not quantity, don't you think? When I look out and see your smiling faces, so thank you. I'm thrilled to be your MC today, and I thank Channel 9 too for giving me the morning off. To start, may I just ask a little bit of housekeeping, ask you to turn your mobile phones off. You will please just check that they're off. That would be a help to us, thank you. Well, as you know, the Great Respect Debate is a major event at the Seniors Festival this year. We're lucky to be in this beautiful venue. It's an iconic place to be in, whether as an audience member or as someone participating up here on the stage, as I've had the pleasure of doing for the Lord Mayor's Charitable Foundation and the Lady Mayoress's Committee over the years. Our senior Victorian team, you'll meet shortly, they've got the challenging task this morning of debating the affirmative. This means that they will argue that yes, seniors must earn respect. Our young Victorian team will debate the negative this morning. That is, they will argue that seniors don't need to earn respect. Now, I have no doubt we're in for a very interesting time. But what's wonderful is that all of our debaters have kindly given their time to be here today. So on behalf of Venitas and the Lord Mayor's Charitable Foundation and the Seniors Festival, we thank each of them for this wonderful gift of their time. Now, we can't have a debate without our willing debaters, can we? So without further ado, let me introduce each of our brave debaters today. And it is the Seniors Festival, so it would be disrespectful of me, I think, if I don't, if you guess, introduce the seniors first. So the Victorian Seniors team, I'll start with the first speaker of our senior team today. Please welcome the Right Reverend Dr. Peter Hollingworth to the stage. Peter Hollingworth graduated from the University of Melbourne with a Bachelor of Arts in 1958 before going on to study theology and social work. Dr. Hollingworth was the chaplain and Executive Director of the Brotherhood of St. Lawrence, where he served for 25 years. He was elected Archbishop of Brisbane in 1989 and named Australian of the Year in 1991 before being sworn in as Australia's 23rd Governor-General on the 29th of June 2001. So, once again, Dr. Hollingworth. Our second speaker on the senior Victorian team is Mary Barry. Now, I have to point out here that Mary is not technically a senior. Can't you tell? But Mary is the CEO of an organisation that relies on the wisdom and experience of seniors, so in a sense, Mary is debating on their behalf today. So, welcome, Mary. Mary was appointed the inaugural CEO of the Victorian State Emergency Service in January 2006, an organisation with over 5,000 volunteers between the ages of 18 and 80, and 150 staff who provide emergency services to the community. Prior to this, Mary held the position of CEO of the Victorian Association of Health and Extended Care, now known as Aged and Community Care Victoria. Mary has extensive experience working with community-based organisations where service delivery is dependent on the efforts and commitment of both voluntary and paid staff. So once again, a welcome to you. Our third and final speaker on the senior Victorian team is a dear friend of mine, none other than John Michael Housen. Welcome, John. John Michael is a writer with several hit award-winning musicals and TV shows to his credit. It only takes a moment to say that, but believe you me, over a lifetime he has been associated with so many wonderful entertainments in this city and beyond. His long career in the media and theatre, both in Australia and overseas, has embraced all aspects of creating, writing and performing, and he has 3 new musicals opening over the next 18 months. He's heard every week on 3AW's #1 rating Sunday morning show, commenting on all aspects of current affairs. So we welcome you, John. Lovely to have you here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the Young Victorian team. As I mentioned, our Young Victorian team will debate the negative today. Our first and youngest speaker today is Beatrice Paul. Beatrice is a Year 11 student at Lowther Hall Anglican Grammar School, chosen to represent Victoria as a speaker in the Victorian Schools debating team both in 2009 and 2010. This year, the team became runners-up in the National Schools Debating Championship in Brisbane. Beatrice tells us that she really enjoys debating and public speaking and is looking forward to today's debate. Our second speaker for the Young Victorian team is Wessa Chow. Wessa is the 2010 Young Victorian of the Year. She has interests in assisting people from migrant and refugee communities in Australia, including young people and international students, women, people with disabilities and the aged. And Wessa is currently employed at ADAC, the Advocacy, Disability, Ethnicity Community, is on the Board of Management of Ethnic Communities Council of Victoria and Immigrant Women Domestic Violence Service. She was also the founder of the Australian Federation of International Students back in 2002, and it now services more than 8,000 students a year, so welcome. Now, our third and final debater on the Young Victorian team is Bryce Ives. Bryce has been working in the media and the performing arts for over a decade. Bryce has worked primarily with young people both in metro locations and in regional and remote Australia, ethnic communities, and also working with people with disabilities. He's currently the executive producer of the ABC radio project Haywire. It's the flagship community project of the ABC, which engages young media makers across Australia. Bryce was also named Young Citizen of the Year for the city of Ballarat. Welcome, Bryce. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've noted such a calibre, high calibre of individuals on each debating team. We're bound to have an entertaining and interesting debate on our hands this morning.